Hi, this is Spencer Kreutz, and I took a left at the valley.
I did
I
such a
know
good
we
job with
shouldn't
that
have
one.
to scream that we're atheists. We don't have non-astrologers and all that. But with religious people taking over the world, I mean, we can either speak up or be pushed into a corner.
I'm proud to be an atheist, a skeptic, a non-believer, an infidel, a heathen. I call it how I see it. I say it's ignorance and you just call it faith and unsubstantiated claims. That's something to be ashamed. I'm an atheist.
Coming at you from Winter Wonderland, BC, Alligator, Florida, and Juicy Juice, Minnesota, this is Left of the Valley 2.0. My name is Kevin, and I guess we should retire the expression avoiding like the plague, given how people still think an actual plague is some kind of communist plot.
Yes.
Join me as usual, the team who used to think they're indecisive, now they're not so sure.
All right.
She is still angry at her classmates for voting her most likely to hold a grudge, Sabrina.
Hi. You know who you are.
He doesn't suffer from insanity. He enjoys every minute of it. Fred Lee.
That's right. Banana pants. I don't know.
And when someone
Something
asked her for a
crazy.
donation towards the local swimming pool, she gave him a glass of water. Hertzie.
I just point him to the next lake.
There you go.
Guys, welcome back.
Hi.
And this episode is brought to you by our patrons. You too can become a patron. Just go to patreon.com/LATV and help us grow the show. Well, today we'll be talking to, who are we talking to?
Dr. Clint Heacock.
That's right, Dr. Clint Heacock, our returning champion. We'll be talking about Christian dominionism, and that's in the second half of the show. But first, let's do our usual chit-chat.
It's pronounced haycock, apparently.
Is it?
Yeah,
I'm
I got it
so
wrong
sorry.
every time I said it.
Oh, jeez, I feel so bad now.
We apologize.
You're pulling my legs, aren't you?
No, I'm dead serious. That's what
We'll
he said.
find out when we watch the show, apparently.
Okay, in the news. When I say Chile, now you guys, when you think of Chile, you think it's a country with that weird geography, that's really slim on
Yeah.
the border of South America.
Mhm.
You think of mountain and llamas. You can even think of Augusto Pinochet. Well, they just had a vote in their house and a landslide victory to legalize same-sex marriage.
Woo!
Oh.
Yeah. They actually
Nice.
voted 82 for and 20 against.
Curiously, just out of curiosity, what type of government do they have right now? What's like? Is it a
Well,
conservative? Is it democracy? That I'm curious.
yeah, it's a democracy now, I guess, but for the longest time it wasn't. It was a
Mhm, that's why I
dictatorship.
asked.
Chile
Yeah.
was always been known as Latin America's most conservative country.
Wow,
So-
this is really impressive.
Yes, it is very impressive. The bill was introduced 4 years ago. Apparently, it took quite a while for it to make it there. So Chile has become the 31st country to legalize same-sex marriage across the world, and the 7th in Latin America.
Yay!
Oh,
If you were wondering about that in Latin America, Argentina was the first in 2010, Brazil and Uruguay in 2013,
Good.
Colombia in 2016,
Mhm.
Ecuador in 2019, and
Mhm.
Costa Rica in 2020.
Where does Mexico? Because they're Central America. So, but
I think, Mexico is still considered North America, right?
yeah. It's,
So,
so that's you said 31
Yeah.
countries.
The world.
Wow, that's kind of
Jeez,
disappointing.
that's
Out of
not very many.
200 something.
think about it,
Yeah, out of 200 something.
God
Yeah,
damn.
or 180 or something like that, close to 200 for sure.
Yeah, that's
Kind of
true.
disappointing.
It is.
but it's good. It's progress. But
Yeah, we still have a lot of countries that are kind of under some pretty tight,
Yeah.
communist.
I mean, Canada's legalized gay
Mhm.
marriage for what?
Oh,
Almost 20 years now.
long time.
And
Yeah.
you
We're
know
one
what?
of
It's,
the
it's not
first.
raining cats and dogs, and
Nope.
there's no pedophiles on the rise, and people
So they
are not-
haven't opened up the gay agenda.
No, and
Right.
actually, it was
no
really
big
interesting.
Nazis. It's like-
I had a coworker quite a few years ago who was gay, and I was asking him about it. He had been with his partner for a really long time, like 20 plus years. And I said, well, gay marriage has been legal for a while. Are you guys going to get married? And he said, no, why would we do that? And I just said, well, I was just curious. And he goes, every gay couple I know that's gotten married's also gotten divorced.
oh shit.
My relationship works great. Why would I get married? Anyway,
number one cause of divorce is marriage.
yeah,
That
but
is
they-
true.
They did
it,
did
yeah.
get married last year, but anyway, yeah.
Jeez.
So Chile
Wow.
apparently legalized civil unions in 2015, but it wasn't
Okay.
actually marriage. But the law also didn't quite give them the same legal rights as somebody who was actually
Of
married.
course.
So way to go, Chile. Way to go. So
Yeah, thank
good
you
for the
very much.
LGBTQ community.
Absolutely.
Slowly but
this is
surely.
funny. Former reality star Josh Duggar of 19 and counting fame. He's been
Yeah, I'm so
convicted
glad
of
you're
child
talking
porn
about this.
possession.
Oh, this is so great.
I'm going to want to hear some thoughts about that. Now he faces up to 20 years and $250,000 per count.
Yeah.
The Arkansas federal jury in Fayetteville, which is about 225 kilometers or 140 miles northwest of Little Rock. Duggar is 33 years old. He's found guilty of one charge each of receiving and possession of child porn. My first question is, where are the QAnon guys? No, the
Right.
guys that, save the children.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. He could be part of the deep or shallow state. Just depends. I
Yes.
don't know which end of the pool he's on,
And
but
shallow gene pool, deep state.
And I don't know if anyone's ever going to actually argue whether or not this was a justified conviction, but I heard some of the evidence, and there's no doubt that this jerk, I don't even want to say man, is guilty
Yeah.
of what he did. He absolutely deserves to be going away, and I hope it's for a lot longer, because this goes a lot deeper than the child porn. We all know that he molested his family. We know that there's probably other children out there that he's molested throughout the years that have kept their mouths shut through the Mormon faith and the way that is. I'd actually
not
be
Mormon.
it's too aren't they?
No, he's evangelical, but
Oh, you
like-
know what? I'm sorry, I'm mistaking.
yeah, it's like
I'm confusing them with polygamy.
right. It's like our family's evangelical though. It was like, you
Yeah.
know, my family is super fucking, it's almost fanatical cult kind of level.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
The show he was very popular on was canceled in 2015 following revelations he had molested 4 of his sisters
Yep.
and a babysitter.
Yeah.
The feds testified that images that depict abuse of kids were downloaded in 2019
Yep.
onto a computer in a car dealership that Duggar owned.
And they proved
why
it
would
was
you put that on your work computer?
well, and they also
Right, that's
the way they
fucking
proved it
weird.
was him was through like geolocation using his cell phone and confirming text messages and where they were sent from. That's how, so they couldn't try and say, well, it could have been anyone who got a hold of his computer at work.
His father, Jim Bob Duggar,
Oh,
Jim
God,
Bob.
Jim Bob.
Jim Bob.
I hear the banjos already.
Yep.
He's running for Senate in northwestern Arkansas.
Is he really?
Yes.
Oh,
Boy, that
What?
might be a bit of a crip in your campaign there, buddy.
do you think though,
You
or do you
know-
think that he'll still get elected, or does he have a chance of getting elected?
This is Arkansas.
well, that's why
You're
I
running
I
asked.
mean,
as-
that's
Rob Moore. Was it Roy Moore?
Roy Moore.
Yeah,
Was he in
yeah.
Arkansas? Yeah. So
he
who
was,
the
he was
fuck?
somewhere down there.
Yep.
Wait, what?
and is he
Yeah.
running as a Republican? He must be
Oh,
running
yeah,
as
of
a
course.
Republican.
Yeah, but Republicans don't give a shit.
Yeah,
know?
Yeah,
that's
but
the thing.
it's not. Like you said, where's the Save the Children now?
Yeah, yeah. We're
Yeah.
all the same.
And these weren't just like little, close to illegal aged girls or anything like that. This was young.
They were quite young when they abused.
Yes.
They're probably gonna just say that he would, that the deep state planted it there because they already have it all lying around everywhere,
Yeah.
because of all the
Yeah.
Right?
And he's
you
gonna
know.
do his tour was gonna be fake crying and asking for forgiveness and I'm asking God, I'm so sorry,
Yeah,
God. And,
yeah,
and the next
exactly.
thing we know, he'll be a politician.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Same with Rittenhouse. Watch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
exactly.
was gonna say that's one of my things with it. It's like up to 20 years, but it's one of those. He's a white cis het guy with no priors.
Yeah.
Mm,
So
And
6
he's
months
been
tops.
convicted
is-
in Arkansas. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna get away with like time served and an ankle bracelet or something. And he's gonna go home and correct me if I'm wrong, but he's the oldest. So how many children does he have of his own?
Mm,
Does he
Well,
have-
19 counting, I guess.
I don't know.
Well, no, it's
No,
not.
no.
He's one of the 19, but he's
He was
married.
one of the kids. Yeah.
And you know that they've got children. You know they do. So how many? And how many of those are we going to hear about? And I just don't even want to think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck the factory down there.
Yep,
Terrible.
it is.
I just want him to spend at least a week in prison.
Yeah, me
Right.
too.
At the very least.
Don't bend over for soap, man.
Oh yeah, exactly. But they'll put him in protective. You know they will.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know if he actually has enough celebrity status to get into protective.
That's true.
Yeah.
We
I
can
don't know.
hope.
Maybe the power of God will protect him.
We can hope for some gem pop.
Right.
We talked about on the show previously. We talked about before the Chinese-led efforts for a mission on the moon.
Mhm.
Now the Chinese have successfully landed a robotic probe on the dark side of the moon. Now the dark side of the moon is the side you never actually see from Earth. But that's because the moon is tidally locked to Earth, which means essentially that when it rotates at the same speed that it rotates around the Earth. That's why it's always showing us the same face. It's tidally locked.
Oh, I was always wondering about that. So it doesn't spin like, or do have any type of?
It does.
I mean, it does, but just stays right with where Earth is at, so it's always
Exactly.
facing.
It-
Oh
That's
wow,
so cool.
The moon spins on itself at the same speed that it spins around the Earth.
That's so cool.
weird. Okay.
So the robot is called U2-2, like YUTU-2.
Hmm.
Has caught an image of what seems to be a cube, about 80 meters from its location on the horizon, which is very unusual to see
On the dark side of the
on the
moon.
dark side of
Yeah.
the moon.
Huh.
That's kind of cool.
In case you were wondering, U2, by the way, means jade rabbit. That's in Chinese. So it will travel to the object in 2-3 lunar days, which 2-3 lunar days essentially means 2-3 months, Earth months.
Really?
Yeah, because
Okay.
a day on, if you're thinking of day and night,
Yep.
light and shade, is 2 weeks. 2 weeks of
Right. Of course,
daytime,
that makes sense.
2 weeks of shade.
Yeah.
So that's 1 month.
Oh,
One lunar day is 1 Earth month.
Which makes sense
Huh.
actually when you think about it,
Yeah.
because it's as the sun moves across.
So the
I
robot
feel like
is
they're
developed-
purposefully being confusing, but whatever, Sabrina. It's your thing. Okay.
So the robot has been operating in the Avant Carbon crater near the South Pole. China is also known for actually being the first country to actually land a probe on the dark side of the moon.
That's awesome.
So that's pretty cool. So
Go
we'll
China.
keep an eye on that and see what happens.
Yeah.
What they find out what that quote unquote cube is.
Yeah.
I'm betting it's lizard people.
Absolutely. I
Probably-
second.
probably- It's probably going to be just a odd shaped rock or a transformer base or something like that.
Yeah.
Just
Spoil my fun,
passively.
Kevin.
Hey,
It's going to be the alien civilization coming to wipe us out. Whatever. Last but certainly not least,
they're just a bunch of cubes. That'd be weird.
It's the Borg.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that actually would be freaky. Ugh.